I blew up this Faceless YouTube channel in literally 24 hours and monetized it in no time. If you can see here, 17th, I've monetized the channel and we've started the channel on the 4th of February. Now in this video, I'll show you exactly how you can do the exact same thing. By the way, the highest day we had until now is a $150 day, which is not too bad. I mean, this is the first month of running this channel, which is super awesome. Beginning of the year, so the RPMs are still low. Amazing. All right. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this too. But before we get started, just a very quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. I'm not a licensed advisor. No results or returns are guaranteed. Always do your own research and consult with a professional before making any financial decisions. Now, before we get started, for the people who don't know who I am, I'm Stefan. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with Faceless YouTube channels. And I've helped hundreds of other people do the same thing. For example, here, Antonin, who we monetized in literally 20 days. Or here, Stamp, who we monetized in no time. Here, another student, $31,000 a month, single month. Here, another one, $24,000 a month, single month. And many, many more. By the way, I'll be adding so many more results here. You guys will be shocked, all right? And for the people who are interested in getting the same results, check out the first link in the video description. Book a completely free one-on-one call with me, and we'll just have a look if, I can actually help you get the same results as all of these people. Now, make sure to book right now because we will be limiting the spots and we will also be increasing our prices. All right. Very, very important. Then we also have a completely free school community will be the second link in the video description. And as always, all comments into the comments. Like if you have any questions, shoot them into the comments. All right. So I would say let's get started with this video. Now, if you want to blow up a channel very, very quickly, like for example, this one, all right, I'll show you the exact steps you have to do to be able to blow up a channel as fast as we blew up this channel right here. So the highest views we actually got in one single day is 155,000 views in one single day, which is awesome. Now, let me show you guys the whole process and how exactly you do it. So obviously, first you look for a niche, right? This can be done quite quickly these days. Then you get the video ideas, then you hire freelancers and AI to kind of create the videos for you, and you post these videos to YouTube and YouTube pays you for the views. Extremely simple. Now let's start out with step one, all right? By the way, make sure to really look at this whole video and focus on every single step I'm giving you because every single step is as important as the next one to actually make this work, all right? Now, choosing a niche is like a niche in easy words is the topic you are going to post videos about. There are multiple ways to find a good niche, but in this video, I'll show you the homepage method, all right? Which is one of the I would say it's like a legendary way of doing niche research. Not many people do it this way, but it's kind of the fastest way of actually doing niche research and actually finding good niches. But before that, here's some important characteristics of a good niche. Now, if you want to, blow up your channel as fast as I did, you want to come as close as possible to these characteristics. For example, there are under 5 smaller channels creating content in this niche that are constantly getting more views than they have subscribers. This means there's high demand and low supply. This is one of the things that is one of the most important things when it comes to YouTube automation, and most people completely skip out on this and they don't even look at this. So this is extremely important. Like, if you, understand this, you already understand 90% of YouTube automation. That's something I just want to mention. There are no channels with over 100,000 subscribers because you will not be able to compete against these big channels. There are no smaller channels failing. Why should you win? If there are a bunch of small channels failing, why should your channel specifically actually get views? The niche is not older than 6 months. I can create better content than my competitors. This can also just be longer content, all right? We'll move more into this a bit later. Am I actually interested in this niche? This is not a must. As long as you build a team that actually has interest in the niche, then is the niche monetizable? And a must-have tool is NextLev. Now, why NextLev? I'll tell you guys in a second why I would highly recommend NextLev. So you will see exactly why and how we use NextLev. So NextLev is basically a, how do I say it? Like a niche research tool specifically to make the niche research way easier. All right. So let me quickly show you guys firstly how to do niche research with the homepage method, and then also how I use NextLev to be able to kind of speed up my whole process. So firstly, what you guys have to do is you have to open a brand new YouTube account. All right. You can just name it niche research. You can name it whatever. And then so it will look exactly like this. Then you literally look for anything you're interested in. Like for example, biggest cars, just as an example, right? Now, one thing you have to do is you have to make sure that you actually click on faceless videos. So for example, this one here, it's not a faceless video, right? It's actually a personal brand. But here, not a faceless, not faceless. Here's one that's faceless, right? So we click on this video here, just as an example, and we just watch the video. Now, this can be literally anything you are interested in as long as it is actually faceless. So here's another faceless video. Now, what you do now is you literally click yourself through here on the sidebar and literally just click on faceless videos. So here we already have a small channel. So what is going to happen is very simple. YouTube is going to show you more and more faceless channels here on the sidebar. Not only that, if you continue doing this over and over and over and over again, YouTube will literally start showing you basically only faceless YouTube channels here on your YouTube homepage, right? So I'm just quickly going to show you an account where I did exactly that. So here, just as an example, on this account here, I've done that, and YouTube is literally only showing me faceless channels on my YouTube homepage, which again makes my niche research extremely easy, because now I just have to come to this YouTube account and scroll on this YouTube account and I'll find a bunch of niches. Here's another niche that I probably didn't know. Okay, quite a lot of videos already. Let me just look at 2 months old, so it's not too old. 190,000 views in the last 7 days, quite decent. So this is also always something you want to look at. Hey, how many views is this channel actually getting every single week or every single month, to be able to make sure that you can actually make enough money for it to be even profitable, right? Now with NextLev, you can literally click here at the top. So if you've installed it, it's like $13 a month, like should be a no-brainer for everyone who wants to seriously build faceless YouTube channels. Now with NextLev, here we have another one, another small channel absolutely crushing it. What you can do with NextLev, you can actually see the analytics. Like many of you guys always see me showing how much the channels are making, all of these things, how much the RPM is. That's something you see with NextLev. So I'll link it in the video description with like a discount code. Check that out. Really, really helpful. Because with that, you can see the RPM, you can see the views, you can see the money that this channel is making, every single little thing. Not only that, if you are on your YouTube homepage, you can actually just scroll down like I do right here. And then you can click on filters and kind of filter the videos, right? So you can filter here to max 26,000 subscribers. And, you know, then you can filter here to the views. Let's have a look. So here, quite small channel, got a lot of views. I don't know anything about Minecraft though. Here, another one, small channel, got a lot of views. So this is what you can do with NextLev. Here, another one. Right, protect out plates, 19,000 subscribers, 160,000 views. So this is now something that we'll obviously have a look at. Whoops. And we can have a look if it would make sense to jump into this niche. So here we can see 34 videos only, right? But 20,000 subscribers, and the channel is getting, okay, it's not like this should be a mistake. Yeah, it's a mistake. It's not 100%. But if we scroll down, we can see this channel started 3 months ago and is absolutely crushing it at the moment, as we can see here. So this is kind of how you do niche research on the homepage. One of the best ways and the easiest ways to kind of do niche research. Trust me, if you implement this way of doing niche research and looking for these characteristics, you will be able to find niches pretty quickly. All right. Then now I have to open up that window again. Boom. Whoops. Let me just open up that window again because we need it now for when we pick video topics. So video topics are literally as important as picking the niche, because it's very simple. A bad video topic plus the best video in the world is going to be equal to no views, right? But a good video topic plus a bad video is still going to be equal to views. Why? If people really want to see something, they're going to watch that video if it's good quality or if it's bad quality, right? So they're still gonna watch the video, right? Always take inspiration from other channels and do not reinvent the wheel. So I always say like to our students, like, even if you don't want to one-on-one create videos of your competitors, which I would not recommend in general, because you always want to make it better, bigger, or even something new, right? Do not reinvent the wheel. Don't think of random video topics. Always try to look at what has worked and how can I take that specific topic and create something new for my own channel, all right? That's how you should think. Very, very, very important, all right? So I just quickly want to open here. By the way, everyone always knows my videos are uncut. So I just want to open that specific channel again that we just had open. Here we have it. So I just want to open this up. So let me just show you how I would go ahead for video topics. So instead of going ahead and firstly copying this most popular video, I would, by the way, never copy this one-on-one. What you can take with this is you can change these things up. So you can have, for example, 10 worst bread brands you should never buy, right? Just as an example, and use different kind of pictures in the thumbnail. So you always want to be a little bit different, at least to your competitive video. Why? Because otherwise, why should people click on your video? All right. Then we actually come to the content creation part, which is quite easy actually, which is kind of, I would even say, one of the easiest things that you can get. But content and content creation and hiring. So we use ChatGPT for the script, 11 Labs for the voiceover, or what we also use is Gen AI Pro, which is awesome, right? This is kind of a platform where you can get voiceovers for quite cheap. I don't know why it always logs you out, but you can get, for example, 1 million credits for $22, and it's kind of the same quality as, for example, 11 Labs. So I'll also link it in the video description. I'd highly recommend this. I would say like it's the new 11 Labs. So yeah, then editor, I would hire them from Upwork, or thumbnail designer, I would also get Upwork or X. Now, by the way, just very quickly before we continue, if you're actually working closer with us, right, or if you're working one-on-one with me, I actually give you freelancers to work with, right? So you don't even have to go through the whole hiring process, because this can be quite time consuming, right? So we give you all of that. We give you good freelancers. We give you people who are qualified, negotiated, all of these things, so you can get started way quick. And this is also the reason why most of our students get monetized within 3 weeks, all right? So make sure to book your call right now. Keep in mind, we are going to limit the spots and we are going to increase our prices. Then very important things whenever you are actually creating the video is your video length. Right? Extremely important. You always want to make sure that your videos are actually longer than your competitor videos. Why? Because then you can keep people on the platform for a longer period of time. What does that mean for YouTube? YouTube makes more money, so they're going to push out your video to more people. Then for the don't reinvent the wheel. So don't go ahead and create random thumbnails that you just think of. Go ahead and create whatever works in that niche and whatever currently works in that niche. All right. There's one channel that I want to show you guys, but I don't know if I find it now. Okay, I don't find it, but there's one, for example, one channel where these kind of thumbnails here worked very well, and they switched over their thumbnails. Now these thumbnails work way better. So always make sure that you go ahead and instead of using old thumbnails that have worked like a few weeks from now, a few weeks from now, use the new thumbnails that are currently working. All right. Then for the title, always try to use title structures that have already worked in the past. All right. That is extremely important. And we see this here on this channel as an example. 5 worst UK bread brands you should never buy. 8 worst UK butter brands you should never buy. So the begin and like the whole idea is the same, but it's different. These are different topics. All right. Very important. Okay. And then we actually go ahead and we are posting the videos to YouTube and testing. Now there are 3 different YouTube accounts, actually 4 different YouTube accounts. There are new accounts, aged accounts, pre-monetized accounts, and personal accounts, right? Now I would always recommend you guys to use a personal account. Why? Because that is an account that YouTube already knows there's a human behind that account. So a personal account is very simple. It's a YouTube account that you have been using for years now already. You know, if you're new to YouTube, always use a personal account. just a normal account that you've been using to watch YouTube videos for years already. Now, post at least 15 videos to YouTube before making any decisions on the channel. YouTube actually is kind of pushing out smaller channels a bit slower at the moment. So that's why I say at least post 15 videos and give it time. All right, give it time. Okay. Then we are looking for at least one viral video between the first 15 videos we have posted. If nothing happened, or if this doesn't happen, it's one of these reasons. Either your niche is absolutely trash, you have bad video topics, and you're posting videos that you're just thinking might perform well. The videos are too short, or you have a bad title and a bad thumbnail. All right. If a channel fails, always look back at these things and try to understand why does this happen, because only then will you learn from your mistakes and you will be actually able to like build new channels in the future, build winning channels in the future. Now we come to the making money part, which is the coolest part of everything. Now, for getting paid on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Now, guys, I know this sounds like crazy amounts. What if I tell you that even my mother is running Faceless YouTube channels and she just recently monetized the channel in 2 weeks? All right. It is not as difficult as many people think. As you can see here, 20 days very quickly as well. And I have a lot of these coming very soon. But once you have your channel monetized, on average, YouTube pays around about $5 per 1,000 views, which means you only need 2 million views to make $10,000 a month. Now, 2 million views, think about it, 2 million views while posting something that people anyway want to see is not that difficult, is it? All right, so this is kind of the whole process. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and then keep in mind, if you need any help doing this, if you want to kind of skip this whole trial and error, check out the first link in the video description. Book a completely free one-on-one call with me right now. Keep in mind, limited spots, and we're increasing our prices. And then I'll see you guys in the next video.